Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about a bit of a touchy subject, which is what to do when your spouse or significant other, a partner, whoever you live with or cohabitate with is not quite on board on becoming a minimalist. Or if you're in a roommate situation or living with your parents, regardless of your age, and trying out minimalist lifestyle in a not so minimalist home. To start off, it's very important to consider other people's choices and feelings and not pressure or argue into changing a whole lifestyle from what they're used to their whole entire life. It's very important to recognize and note that, because imagine someone telling you what to do with your life and stuff. If it's not okay to be pushy or argumentative or basically tell them what to do, what can you do then? The first thing to do is to open up discussions and start asking questions. Questions such as, what is your opinion if we decided to declutter our home a little bit? Or what do you think about minimalism in general? And then it's very important to listen intently and see what they say. Not twist their words, not hope for some outcome, but just listen. Because they might be somewhat open to it, such as, I don't care, throw everything away. Or they can be a little bit more reserved or even defensive by saying, all of this is very important and necessary stuff. I need every single item. We absolutely cannot throw anything away. Because remember, everyone has their sentimental items to which they're holding on for one reason or another. It might be special to them, or they might be just holding on to them due to trauma response. Once you listen, do not argue, just accept their position and opinion in that time and place. After all, you can only lead by example. If you have your minimalist, organized, and very clean corner of the home, it may inspire and persuade others a little bit more to clean up their space as well. And they will wake up to the idea that indeed it is actually better not to have 50 boxes sitting in the middle of the living room obstructing any pathways or walkways. If whoever you're cohabitating with or living with does not support your minimalist lifestyle, the best approach is to lead by example, communicate openly the benefits and reasons for minimalism, and focus on finding compromises that respect both of your needs. Don't force it, but share positive aspects and build trust. Build common grounds rather than develop points of contention. Now, opposites sometimes do tend to attract, so if you are a minimalist, you might find somebody who you're interested in, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you find, and they might be very well a maximalist. And for a lot of people, it is hard to part with things, just because. So demonstrate, don't dictate. If it works out, good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it is more important to focus on the people and how you care and love for them rather than seeking more points of disagreements and in contention. We have already way too many things we can disagree on. If you live a minimalist lifestyle yourself, eventually others will see value in it. And if you want to be accepted for who you are and how you live, you need to have it within you to accept others as well. Essentially, this is how it kind of went down with me and my husband. We've been married for over 7 years now. My husband loves to hold on to things. He loves to collect things, to collect memorabilia, important things, family things. And for me, I could not care less about anything. I would get rid of everything right now and move to Europe or something. So at first, it was just important to hold conversations about how we envision our future life. And knowing that it's a bit harder for him to part with things, I just left it at that and just let him be. However, over the years, because he saw how minimalism has affected my life so positively, how our home is so clean and organized all the time, I think he really started to see the benefits. Especially when we were moving, because he was the one carrying those boxes up and down, in and out, to the car, to the truck. So of course he noticed that he was carrying significantly less items for me than for him. And of course over the years, I would point things out, such as, look how nice and clean and minimal organized our living room is, and he would be like, you know what, yeah, it is really nice. It is really simple. And I think that things just started clicking for him one by one. And he started to be more aware of things he owns, things he buys, things he adds to the baggage, because he also realized that when buying more things, you add more things to manage, to organize, to move from place to place. Not once did we argue or have a fight or anything about getting rid of something. But I think it's kind of funny because on him, almost reverse psychology kind of worked. Because if I told him, look, our place is really cluttered, and also let's review our budget, then surely enough, more packages would be coming at the door. But if I told him, look, we're doing really well right now, why don't you go and buy whatever you wanted to buy? He's actually like, I don't think I really need to buy anything. So I let him have his clutter, I let him have his favorite things and not say anything. We separated our areas for his and mine, and through the years he was able to see how nice and tidy and neat I keep them. And I think couples do become more similar over the years, so he wanted to follow my example. In the future, say our future kids are like, Mom, why is your house so empty? Or like, why don't I have enough things? I will go and buy more things. Because I don't think it's fair to the children to make them or force them to live a certain lifestyle, especially because with childhood, whatever your childhood is, sometimes you might want to go and do complete opposite. I don't want my future kids to grow up in such an uptight, minimalist household that by the time they're out of the home, they're like, you know what, Mom never bought us anything. I'm gonna go buy everything I ever wanted. So I think it's really important to find that balance, that middle ground, to see what's fair, to find compromise for people living under the same roof. It also can be a point of contention when you live with your parents. I remember when I was living with my mom, and she was kind of probably going through tough times as a single mom, and I think in her mindset she wanted to keep everything because you never know when you're gonna need it. Not that we were like horrible hoarders, but she definitely loved to keep things. And it definitely also took years for me to talk her into things and to helping her get rid of things, to talk her through it, to have conversations, discussions, and to help her in any way that I could to part with things that literally do not add any value and oftentimes are little trash. I think through support and love comes a lot more good than through contentions, arguments, and dictatorship in the family, basically. So there's several ways, obviously, of going about any situation, to which my recommendation is love the people who you're with and help them if they need help, but also accept whatever they want to do and whatever choices they want to make. And also remember, it is such a journey. It doesn't change overnight. Your home does not just become completely decluttered overnight, unless you're moving to a new place that's much smaller and you literally are forced and have to get rid of everything. But it's definitely a journey, and it can be months, years, decades. And just like I support others, I feel like I'm supported as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this.